Happy Magical Monday. It really is a crazy magical Monday. There is a lot going on in the environment and in the planets right now. We have one of the biggest transits we'll be seeing, like today, the 4th of September, is one of those pretty magical days. You have this really deep restationing of planets happening right now. So it's a good time to realign with your dreams. And I know I've had at least 4 of you message me to ask what is going on right now. So here I am to tell you. The big thing that more people have been living with and working through than they even realize is Venus has been retrograde for 44 days or so. And this is an energy that has now shifted back to direct. And it'll still take a little bit of time. So now you're going to start seeing Venus as a morning star. It takes 18 months to switch from morning star to evening star. And right now we're seeing this opening up of this next version of all the themes relating to Venus. And so you're going to see your Tauruses and your Libras, who are ruled by Venus, having a deep sigh of relief. You're going to see anybody with anything in the planet of Leo, because Venus is now in Leo, feeling relief. You're going to see everybody having maybe done some review on their relationships over the last 2 months or so. And so this is putting you in a place where all themes related to Venus are moving forward again. And this can be your money, your home, and certainly your love life. So and self-love, as I'm always a big proponent of, is your own relationship with yourself and your body. But we're talking about all of our relationships, our relationship with money, our relationship with our home, our relationship with our friends, our family. All of those themes are going to see a renewal. Yes, there's still 6 planets in retrograde. It's kind of like an interesting thing, because yesterday, the 3rd, was when we saw that Venus go direct. And then today, the 4th, we see Jupiter go retrograde. So Jupiter is a sign of expansion, and it's going retrograde for 4 months. And what this is going to do is, this is where I say realign with your dreams. With all of these other planets, you've got Mercury still in retrograde until next week. And it's interesting because it will go direct within 24 hours of the new moon. So you'll see that theme of the new moon in Virgo, and Mercury going direct in Virgo. You'll see that more next week. But a lot of things are already in Virgo. We have this feel right now of getting things together. It's Labor Day, and for a lot of people, this begins a new school year or a new class season, and even people who have like normal regular lives. Even though it's not officially fall, there's this fall shift in the air. Like even in Florida, we could feel the temperature change over the weekend. The little hurricane-ish that came through, which was more of a tropical storm, but hit above us a little bit. This really brought this shift in energy to systems. One of the things that Virgo loves is systems, and starting to create formulas. So there's clean up and realign and re-systemize yourself. when you're looking at what works for you, maybe it's time to relook at your eating habits. Maybe it's time to relook at where you're giving your time, where you are cleaning up your energy leaks. There's a huge desire to no longer put our energy in a place that no longer brings something back to us. So are you, what relationships really still feel good for you? And maybe it's time to shift those. What activities are you putting time into that are not giving you any rewards? And Jupiter is all about understanding, and so is Venus, really about your value. So there is going to be, are you valuing your time? Is others valuing your time? And there's going to be some people asking for raises. You know, this is a time where you're like, if this isn't working for me, I want you to really think about this over the next coming weeks. If this is not working for me, how do I complete it? How do I exit it? How do I say this isn't for me? Get yourself finish old, outdated projects, or maybe you're doing something that is out of habit. Maybe there's something you should be doing that would be a new good habit, like exercising more, or taking a walk, or doing things that are better for you. Maybe you want to start meditating more, or anything that would be a good aligned new practice. Create that practice now. It's a good time to sign up for classes. I know people are like, don't make any decisions during Mercury retrograde. Well, it is a good time to revisit something or finish anything that you've always wanted to do, or are partway done with, and it's time to get those things off your plate. In fact, this entire season, all the way to December, is going to be about what do you need to finish. We have like 4 months left of 2023, and next year is going to be quite an interesting year. Well, maybe we'll talk about that next week. But this week I want to talk about the end of this year, because first you have this new moon in Virgo. That'll be the last new moon related to a super moon. So we have a full moon, super moon at the end of September. Big harvest moon. It's the last of the series of 4 super moons. So what are you harvesting? What are you pulling together that you've been working on this year? What are you harvesting? What systems do you want to get in place? What, maybe planning ahead for that new moon in Virgo next week. Review, renew, realign, regenerate. These are themes for this week. Be purposeful, be intentional, and really know that that's what you're doing. You're looking at this fall season as a sign of completion and even new beginnings, right? This to end something. There's no real wheel here that stops. Every ending is a new beginning. Every beginning is the end of something old. And right now we're reaping the harvest. We're reaping the rewards for what we've been working for. And that is then a chance to propel you into the next big phase. And we're getting close to eclipse season. We have 2 eclipses in October. So September is the month to get it done. September is the month of more clear sailing. Yes, there's retrogrades, but you're not in eclipse season. So it's good for manifesting. It's good for intending. It's good for getting things going. It's the beginning of the school year. And for a lot of people, this is the perfect time to set up something that's long-term. And you have then that period of eclipses followed in November by some powerful portals like the 11:11. So there's a lot coming, and here's where I want you to get clear. So What do you want to put your money toward? What do you want to put your time toward? What do you want to put your energy toward? These are all currencies, things that you have. You have time, you have energy, and you have money. These are things, themes, energies, and this could also be your brain right now. What are you trying to learn? What are you trying to understand? And what then gifts do you want to bring to the world? All big picture stuff. And who are you spending your time with? How are you engaging in that? If you're not feeling good with the time you're spending with people, it might be time to maybe not get rid of that person, but maybe set an intention to make more effort to spend time with someone you love. This is absolutely the themes going on right now. Is you might see people from your past reemerging. You might realign with an old hobby or an old path, usually something that you loved, but maybe you got busy. Maybe COVID and the lockdown, we're seeing a lot of people going back to what they loved. So reconnecting to what you love, who you love, and how you want to feel. And there's a lot of opportunities out there to get together more in person, a lot more. I think that the energy is really calling for us to gather, to reclaim ourselves, to reconnect, but be careful again with not having energy leaks, not being all over the place. You want to be concise and give your energy exactly where you want it, how you want it, to bring the energy back to you like a closed circuit. So if you have an energy leak, things that aren't feeling good, close those up and shut the doors. But if there's something to revisit or someone to reconnect with, now is that perfect time. So shutting of doors and opening of doors, just like that Venus goes direct, and the same at the same time you see Jupiter going retrograde. It's kind of like that. Some things are coming, some things are going, and it's all about creating a plan, a structure, a realignment to your dreams, to your wants, desires, and who you want to be. So if you are looking to do some in-person gathering, I have the most amazing 2 different opportunities for you coming up. At the end of this month, I have a few places left for Priestess Camp, which is in Altamont Springs, just above Orlando, Florida. It's just 25 minutes from the Orlando International Airport and 20 minutes from the Sanford Airport. We do have some spaces left if you want to go through a beautiful weekend immersion where we are working with Egyptian oils and sacred sisterhood, and really doing a process of letting go of the old and rebirthing the new, and really embodying the priestess. That opportunity has just a little bit of time. I think I have like 2 weeks before I will close the doors for registration. So if you have any questions, go ahead and send me a message. I'd be happy to hop on a call with you. And then my big premiere event, and this one is co-ed. There's men and women coming to our annual Witchy Weekend, which this year we're going to be hosting a little bit beyond the traditional Halloween weekend to the astrological Samhain, which actually is on 11/11, which is super cool. So you have the 11/11 portal and astrological Halloween. And we will be doing a bonfire on New Smyrna Beach during the 11/11 in the evening, doing ritual on the beach. It's a whole weekend of crafts and amazing food at this beautiful bed and breakfast that will be entirely ours. It is best friend friendly if you and your best friend want to come, or it's couple friendly if you and your sacred partner want to come, as well as, like I said, best friends, and that could be your sacred partner. So it's a great time to connect, as well as if you are just a single person, you would have a beautiful queen size bed and a jacuzzi tub. So there's an amazing luxury to the witchy weekend. So those two events are coming up this season, and I would love to have you for some in-person ritual and spiritual work and community, which is something that's really important to me. If you know anything about me, you know that creating ritual between people, whether that's online ritual or in-person ritual, is really important. There is a return to sacredness that is in this air. I feel it in the air. It's been about 2 weeks. I've been feeling it in the shifting, a return to temple time, where I see more people creating. They're not as much of a fear-based energy. I feel like we're returning to our bodies. We are embodying our divinity. We are creating sacred ritual. And this is something you can do no matter where you are. Even a cup of tea can be a magical experience. You can make a regular cup of tea, or you can bless the water, and you can stir in an intention while you're making the tea, and then you can drink in your tea when you're drinking it. And everything can be like that. You can bless your food. You can create a sacred living space that everywhere you look, you see something that makes you feel alive and beautiful. It's Virgo season. Virgo loves order and beauty. So if you're looking at creating beauty in your life, sacredness in your life, sacredness in your body, now is the time. This is a really special fall. I feel the potency of it. Not always are we going to have an eclipse right near the Halloween weekend. So that Saturday night of Halloween, you're going to have a full moon eclipse. I don't know that I'd be planning too many bar night drinking parties that night. I would do like a bonfire party and be out in nature. I know of at least one wedding. These are all good things. But as you're planning this season, seek your own rituals. Create your own rituals. And it's also in the long-term astrology, it's a great time to create new traditions. So things you're going to do for the fall, things you're going to do for Halloween, things you're going to do for Christmas or Yule, or whatever the season is for you. There might have been some traditions you've broken over the last few years, and maybe that's a good thing. Like maybe you don't want to go back to the old, but you want to create something new. It's a perfect season to create new traditions. Maybe this is when you decide, I want to honor the equinoxes, and I want to honor the solstices. This was something I chose almost 20 years ago, is that I will embrace every equinox. I will embrace every solstice. And that became a tradition for me. Maybe that is something that you would look into. In fact, because of the astrology of this particular next harvest, we have the equinox right before the harvest moon this year. So I've created a harvest box where if you wanted to create some ritual, I've actually handcrafted and created and curated a harvest box for you if you don't have a chance to go be with other people. Or maybe you're the one that's creating ritual and you want to have all the tools. I've got a harvest box, but dedicate a little bit of time this season to your sacred practice and your intentions. There's something about getting up every morning, and even if it's just looking yourself in the mirror and saying, today's going to be a great day. I literally say this before I open my eyes. Before my alarm goes off, I hit the button, and before I am moving on with my day, everything's going to be a great day. Everything's working out for me. Everything I need is already resourced for me. And starting out your day with these kind of mini rituals can change things. Another thing I do, and you've probably heard me say it before, is every night before I go to sleep, as I'm falling asleep, I'm so grateful and thankful. And it's for all that I already have. And I go through things from the day. I go through bigger things that I've received maybe in the last year or month, or anything I'm really, really grateful for. And this sets up your brain for manifestation. Attitude of gratitude will start the vortex of abundance, will start your brain to start looking for what it wants instead of looking for what it's afraid of. And so once I've been through the energy of gratitude for what has happened, has transpired, I move into the energy of also creating some gratitude for what is on its way and visualizing it and seeing it and saying it. Creator of all that is, it is commanded that this is in my life now. I'm so grateful and thankful. This is already here and it is done in the highest and best way. So you might want to just sandwich what you've already manifested to what is coming in and state it as it's already there. And I know you've probably already doing this, and this is just a reminder, but state it as a statement. I am already living this life. I already have my sacred divine partner or my new home or my new job or whatever it is. Thank you so much for this, just the same as something you have already manifested. So on your brain level and on your reticular activating system, you are already looking for the experience of that gratitude. You're expecting, you're actually activating the law of expectation with this gratitude, and you are starting to magnify it because the law, the universal law says when you visualize it, when you experience it, when it's already connected in your mind's eye, it is already on its way, and all you have to do is find it. You just have to accept it. And then, so the last piece I will say then is, what you can't do then is stop it from coming in just because it's a little bit different than you thought it would be. When it starts arriving, you can't be like, oh no, this is too good to be true. You can't say, well, I only want it if it's this way. But what if there is another way to receive? Or what if you just have to practice receiving? Because a lot of us are givers, and so we have to actually say yes when the universe is trying to give us something, when a person is trying to give us something. So check to see if you need to be safe to receive. And all of these things will allow you more grace, more receiving, more abundance in this harvest season. So align with your dreams, get really clear on them, write them out, speak them into being, be in the gratitude of already having, and enjoy the season. This is a beautiful season, and I think you probably are feeling the shift already. So enjoy it. It's going to be a lovely September. probably one of the nicest months of the entire year. So have a good time, sit back, relax a little, and enjoy the harvest of all that you've already been. Basically, reap the reward for all you've already done and all that you've already been created, and start aligning with that next level up. It's on its way too. So have a magical week, live magically, and I'll see you next Monday.